and go ahead and make that 13 Jungle Freaks. We're buying our 13th one here. Okay, so let's actually see here. Rarity, I just checked this out right here. Okay, check this out. Rarity ID. This particular Jungle Freak, guys, that we're adding to the collection today is 2037th in rank, 6037. Check this out, guys. Okay, these are the ones you want to be picking up. Check this out. See, so this guy is 2,311 out of 10,000, and this poor little guy was put at the floor, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just exit out of this for now. Okay, because I want to show you how you can get such good deals at the floor. And so all I do, guys, is I just, we're usually trading throughout the day, and basically I just kind of look and see if I can snipe some good things off of the floor. And so you will see some people, they will give up their rare ones on the floor, okay? And so, personally, look, there's nothing wrong with the common ones, okay? But the key is, for me, is if I can get a rare one off the floor, count me in, okay? And so that's a rare one we just got off the floor. Super easy, just check out through the day. I'm also going to check this one. I've been really wanting to get a black skin zombie here, so 5954. Let's go ahead and check this one out. We've got a 10-second timer here. 5954. So I'm just kind of walking you guys through the live process here of what I do sometimes. Confirm transaction, awesome. Okay, so that guy went through rarity ID 5954. This guy, okay, he's not the rarest, but see, like for example, I really want myself a black skin zombie. So next really good deal I see for a black skin zombie at the floor, you better believe I'm gonna pick it up. Okay. Now guys, let's go ahead and cut the BS in this video. Why is my conviction so strong? Why am I picking these up on the dip even though they were just 1.4 Ether floor the other day? Shouldn't I be panicking? Shouldn't I be worried? Shouldn't I be trying to get out and paper hand like everyone else right here? Well, what you have to understand actually is the floor is pretty damn thin. Okay, it's getting a little thicker right now, but you have to understand we are in an NFT bear market. And when you look at the listings right here, you see there's almost 2,400 results, which a lot of people would say, oh my God, we can't go higher anymore. Well, that's level one thinking. If you actually take this to the next level, you'll realize, okay, majority of these listings are above a 2 Ether floor, guys. They're not even close, and they're not even close to being effective listings, okay? Effective listings, that's a metric that I am bringing forth to your attention today. Watch this. Look at this, above a 2 Ether floor. 1,600 of those are above 2 Ether floor. So what does that tell you? Most people are not in this for a quick flip. Most people are not listing at the floor. Most people, their listings have zero effect on the current price because they're way up there, okay? So if there's 1,600 above 2 Ether floor, that means there's only 700 to 800 effective listings. Okay, the floor up to 2 Ether is pretty damn thin. And so that just shows you that, there's a small group of people as of now that are all fighting to see who can be the biggest idiot and who can sell it for less. It's like a competition, right? Smart people, we have a competition. Who can sell it for more? Dumb people have a competition. Who could sell it for less? And that's what you're seeing right now, guys. But you have to actually look at the numbers and realize that it's a very small amount of people playing this game here of who can sell it for less, who's the bigger idiot, okay? And so, once you actually dive deeper into the numbers and not just fall for layer one thinking, which is what most people do, they look on the surface. They don't dig beneath the surface and find the real numbers and the real facts, okay? And we look at the activity, okay, as of now, yeah, a lot of these purchases are at the floor because the floor is a really good discount and a really good deal right now, okay? But okay, the truth is, if you looked yesterday and the day before, most of these purchases were not at the floor. A ton of these purchases were for 2 Ether, 4 Ether, 5 Ether, 6 Ether, 9 Ether, which tells you what? Buyer confidence is high. Look at this guy. He just bought one for 2 Ether. Why the fuck would you buy one for 2 Ether when the floor is 0.9? You would do that only when you have high confidence in the project and its sustained longer term success, okay? And so most people believe in this longer term. Why? Because we see that through the activity. We see that through the listings. That is a fact, okay? Majority of listings, 75% of listings are well above a 2 Ether floor. And actually, if we dig a little deeper, you're going to notice that how many are above a 3 Ether floor, okay? So there's 2,300 listings in total. Now, above a 3 Ether floor, as soon as this will load, guys, you have half of the supply. Half of the damn supply is above 3 Ether floor. So really, if we're talking about effective listings, it's very little, but you can't fall for the surface level numbers, okay? So when you dig deeper, you look into the numbers, you're realizing that this is just a loser's game right now. The people are playing here, they don't know what they're doing, okay? And so the floor is thin as fuck, guys. Look at this. To get back up to a 1.1 Ether floor, how many listings do you have right now, guys? I mean, it's not much, okay? And so when you notice that the floor is actually thin, there's only 79 until a 1.1 Ether floor, okay? Now, typically, okay, and so this is where experience comes into play. Okay, typically, when you break below a key psychological level like 1 Ether, everybody starts to paper hand. You'll see so many listings below 1 Ether, right? Because everyone's trying to get rid, they're panicking. Okay, obviously we're starting to see an increase in listings, okay, but for the magnitude and hype of this project, you would expect way more listings below 1.1 Ether floor. I mean, usually people would panic and there would be like probably 400 listings already of people just trying to undercut each other. Yes, there are people trying to undercut each other, but like I said, you do the math, you look at the numbers, it's very few people playing an idiot's game right now. Most people are smart and most people actually understand the situation we're in here. We're in a bear market. No NFTs are doing good right now. None, okay? And, you know, look at fucking Mechaverse, okay? They dumped off after their reveal, and this is how you know this is pure hype and unsustainable, right? We all knew this shit was going to dump off after reveal. I knew it, at least. And so, look, these guys dropped from 7.8 Ether down to 2 Ether. So what is that, a 75% crash, okay? Now, you know, Jungle Freaks is not even close to that bad of a pullback. And that's obviously a really strong sign. So remember, you know, this has, as of now, no utility. This has, as of now, no really great incentives for you. Actually, that's not true. We have airdrops coming in like 2 days. Okay, so every Jungle Freak you own, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a free airdrop. So I'm going to get like 13 free items airdrop to me, okay? That's actually an incentive, okay? But you got to realize, okay, not every project has to have this ridiculous utility, this ridiculous passive income. I think it's bullshit, okay? You know, and that's just my opinion. But, you know, when you understand the competitiveness of the landscape right now and how if you don't have utility, then you usually are at dumpster level prices as of now, you know, for most projects, besides obviously the blue chips like, you know, Bored Ape Yacht Club and etc, okay? You know, if you don't have utility right now in this market, you're usually doing horrible. And this current project, it doesn't have much utility and it's doing fucking fantastic. What does that tell you? Okay, what does that tell you? Well, look at other blue chips. Well, I'm not saying this is a blue chip yet, okay, but look at blue chips with no real utility, right? Like, you know, Bored Ape, okay, the biggest utility you get there is status, okay? You're not getting passive income here. Okay, you're not getting all this other BS that a bunch of projects are throwing at you right now, right? Why is the floor so high here? Because of status. And right now, my thesis is that these are going to give you status at some point in the future. Could I be wrong? Absolutely, but that's my bet. I'm betting on the status of these because when you look at the price action and you look at how strong it is, despite the bearish market conditions we have, despite Bitcoin and Ether going to all-time highs almost, okay, what does that tell you? That these are probably going to do extremely well, and in my opinion, these are going to be at the forefront of the next bull wave in the NFT space. I think, right? You know, like I said, all these projects are pulling back. Bored Apes are pulling back. Mecha's fucking dumped. You know, any blue chip, anything you can think of. Mutant Apes have pulled back. Cool Cats have pulled back. Goddamn it, these were just at 8.5, 8.8 Ether yesterday. Okay, look, these were just at 11 Ether just like a week or two ago. Okay, and so, you know, obviously a lot of that has to do with, yeah, we're in an NFT bear market. Cryptos are surging, right? And so that makes sense, right? We were just at 25. I don't even remember being at 25 average floor, but there was only 17 sales that day. So, I mean, realistically, we're just at like 11 Ether here in these, right? So, you know, we're getting pullbacks and everything. So your job is to understand the NFT equation right now, okay? So this is, you're just going to have to ignore these numbers, okay? You have to understand right now, if you're in NFTs, you're in like the 1% of 1%. Total OpenSea users is like 500,000 users. But really, I mean, you can see I have like 3 wallets, and most people have more than 1 wallet. Guys, if you're only using 1 wallet, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So really, out of 500,000 users, let's be real here, that's only like 200,000 active users. And there's 7 billion people in the damn world, guys. 7 fucking billion, okay? And when you understand that at some point there's going to be 100 million people in NFTs, at least guaranteed, man, at least at some point in the future there's going to be 100 million people. What is the amount of X's from 200,000 to 100 million? Well, let's do the math. 200,000 times 5 equals 1 million. And then 1 million times 100 equals, well, hundreds of fucking, isn't that like a 500x in user adoption, in users coming to the platform, or just coming to the NFT space? What is that, 500x? Okay, so that means if you're gonna have 500 times more people, is it safe to assume you're gonna have 500 times the amount of money in the space? That makes a lot of sense, because if you have 500 times more people, you're going to have 500 times more money, most likely, okay? Maybe skewed downwards a little because, you know, not everyone's bag is equal. Does that make sense? You'll get more like regular people into this, you know what I mean? But anyways, you get the point. If you're going to have 500x growth in the next 5 years, don't you think you're going to have 500x growth in the amount of money flow that's going to go into NFTs? And so it's funny to say NFTs are an investment, right? Like, imagine, I mean, this is kind of funny. Someone says, I'm an NFT investor. The truth is, NFT investing is going to outperform the S&P 500. It's going to probably outperform Bitcoin in the next 5 years. And like I said, it sounds fucking goofy. It sounds funny to say you're an NFT investor, but the truth is, this is a mathematical equation. If you're going to have 500x the users, you are going to have 500x the amount of money flowing into the space. And with 500x, guys, you can easily make 5x's, 10x's over the next 3 years on a lot of these projects. This one is one that I think is going to have those x's. And this one is one I think the money is going to flow into it. And the most important thing to me here is the status that we may be looking back on in a year from now. Okay, if you own one of these, you know, similar to owning a Bored Ape Yacht Club, if you own one of those, then, you know, people view you as a rich person, or, you know, this very cool person. And these, in my opinion, are unique in that sense of they don't offer utility right now. They don't offer you anything crazy special besides what right now? The status. The status is the most important thing you're getting with these, in my opinion. And I want to be the person in 1 to 2 years from now who said that, you know, this was going to be more than just your average PFP. Okay, you know, for example, let's look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club chart. Okay, how many times has this thing dipped? A ton of time. But who are the visionaries? Who are the people who believed in this and, you know, who didn't sell this at a 5 ether floor? You know, the people who are in this early, right? So look, you started at, you know, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, let's go back all time. Okay, who are the visionaries? Who are the people who could see longer term and who could see the bigger picture? So imagine you got your Bored Ape for 0.16 ether and it 5x'd and it was at like a 0.8 ether floor and you sold it. Okay, don't be that person. Okay, see the bigger picture. See the amount of money that's going to pour into this if this is a successful project, which that's what you got to bet on. Will this be a successful project or not? And my bet is yes. My bet is yes. And so if that's the case, I expect money to flow into this with time. I expect this project to be on the forefront of the next bull wave due to how well it's performing and due to the price action we're seeing, the amount of holders and flippers, the ratios, the numbers. And so, yeah, you could have flipped at a 5x here. Yeah, you could have flipped at 24 ether. And you know, now you're at 36 ether floor, right? And we were just at, you know, 40, 50 not too long ago. You know what I mean? So be the guy who's not flipping for a fucking 3x here or 2x. Be the guy who understands the bigger picture when you're making these big bets. Like I said, I am usually a flipper. I am usually taking profits, but I am not for this project. Why? Because in my opinion, I see far more upside here. I see a possible status that can be attached to this if you give it some time, if you let the money flow, if you let time progress. Remember, we're in an NFT bear market, and the fact that this project is doing as good as it is doing during these times is absolutely phenomenal, and that is the clue and the hint to me that this is going to do very well in the future. Now, like I said, I could be wrong, but remember, what was my thesis getting in this trade was if we get to 0.75, 0.8 ether floor, I do not think we will go lower. I said I don't think there's any reason to go lower than that. right? You can go to my Twitter and watch the videos on this channel. That was my thesis going into this. And so my thesis was, okay, if I don't think we'll go below 0.8, 0.7 Ether, then based on my analysis, I have zero risk that we won't go lower. So I can't lose money if I'm buying at 0.75 or 0.8, and then I have tremendous upside potential. You see what I mean? And that's why I loaded the boat down at those levels, because based on my judgment, I didn't see us going lower. That's why you see I bought 0.78, 0.75, 0.789, 0.75, 0.7, 0.76. Actually, that's not bought for 0.7, right? All these were bought down where I said. And when you're creating a plan, you have to stick to your plan and stick to your judgment and your analysis. And that is my analysis, and that is why I think this project is going to do extremely well. We're betting on the status here. I believe these are going to give people status in the future, and status is extremely valuable. Status is what a lot of people care about. Why do people want Ferraris? Why do people want this and that? Is for the status and to be viewed as cool by other people, and that's just the truth. And I think that these, in 2 to 3 years from now, fuck, even 3 months from now, if you own one of these, I think it could mean that, you know, you could be a really cool cat. And I'm not talking about the NFT cool cat. I'm talking about, you know, you being really cool. I think so. That's just my opinion. Remember, there's no definitive system here. There's no definitive. You can't, you know, I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? This is not like trading Bitcoin where you have defined levels and everything. And actually, it's pretty similar. But anyways, you know, like I told you guys, I've been transparent the whole way through. I told you guys, I see no reason for Jungle Freaks to go below 0.7, 0.8 ETH. I'm full-time Janitor at these levels, guys. I've stuck to my word. I've stuck to my strategy. And at the end of the day, you got to realize this is just play money at the end of the day, man. If this shit goes to zero, I really don't care. I mean, obviously, no one wants to lose $50,000, but if I lose $50,000 on this, guys, I lose $50,000 on this. I'm not really worried. So everyone's in a different situation. For me, it's not going to really hurt me if I lose $50,000 here. Now, for someone else, $50,000 hit could, you know, be worse for someone, right? So it's all dependent on your situation, guys. And for me, like I said, I don't really care. I love the bet. I love the risk to reward. Like I said, what's the maximum risk? I think you fall to 0.75. What's the maximum reward? Well, do you think it's possible this could go to 3 Ether, 5 Ether, 6 Ether? I absolutely do. And so the asymmetric gain here is very favorable, and that's why I continue to buy and continue to add to this. And a lot of people say, oh, well, don't you know Ether is going to skyrocket soon? And what if it doesn't? What if Ether dumps? What if this preconceived, predetermined, idea that everyone has that everything's going to skyrocket here, if that's wrong, well, you just bought in at beautiful prices, as everyone's going to be buying back into NFTs if crypto starts falling. And, hedge your bets, guys. Have a backup plan. What if crypto doesn't go higher right now? This is a great opportunity, in my opinion, right? So, guys, I'm not using this video to shill, guys. I am explaining my thought process, my reasoning, because these thought processes, looking into the numbers, digging deeper, getting past layer one of, level one thinking, where people just stop and look at the surface, people selling a 4x or a 5x, okay, everything I'm trying to show you in this video is easily applicable to future projects and future things you get into. It's all about the mindset, your decision-making system, and how you think of things. Okay, and so the way we think of it here is, look, you got minimal risk, and that the upside severely or hugely outweighs the downside, in my opinion, and that's why I continue to buy. So, guys, I'm fully transparent. If this drops to zero, you're gonna see that, and you're gonna see me lose 50 grand or however much more I end up putting into it. But like I said, I have a bet, I have a plan, and I stick to it, because more times than not, I am wrong. I am right, okay? And if more times than not I am right, and by the way, when I have full conviction like this, I can't even remember a single time in my life I was wrong when I had this type of conviction in something, okay? And the only way you get conviction is by going to layer two thinking. A lot of you guys, you stop at layer one. You look at the results, the number in front of you. You don't dig deeper. When you dig deeper, you find the conviction to either be, holding or selling. And what I've found, the information, the data, the numbers, the reasoning I found only enforces a bullish bias here. It does not enforce anything bearish about this. So guys, that's my take on this project. That's why I think it's going to do extremely well. And that's why I continue to buy at these levels, even with the potential of, if I lost, everyone's going to see that. People might think it's embarrassing to lose money. I don't think it's embarrassing to lose money. Okay, it's embarrassing if you think it's embarrassing to lose money. There's nothing embarrassing about losing money. You got to take bets. You have to have a plan, and the only way you're going to stick through past a 5x is by having conviction, having your solid reasoning for why it's going to be that way or why it's not going to be that way. And the reasons I've come up with tell me that I am going to be correct. So whether I am correct or not, we're going to find out, guys. But I think this project will be at the forefront of the next NFT bull wave. So I'm just accumulating, and I have full confidence in this. But guys, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. I am just another guy out there who could lose $50,000 on this if it went to zero. You know what I mean? But you guys know my judgment, you know my analysis, and you guys know my track record. I'm pretty damn fucking good, and I get a lot of shit right. So there you go, guys. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. That's your breakdown of the Jungle Freaks, why I'm bullish. We're betting on status here, and I believe that these are going to give people status in the future. So, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.